The natural world has always informed my work. I remember being an undergraduate when a visiting artist said once that every artist makes work about themselves. It's impossible not to make work that is in some way about yourself. Over the years, that's really come to become more and more true for me. My newest works and the pieces I enjoy making the most are inspired and informed by my own experience. I'm specifically drawn to things in transition, as everything is in nature. I'm really fascinated by the things that I observe that are in a state of growth or a state of decay. I think that both are equally beautiful, and I'm often drawn to the minute details and surfaces that people often overlook. My design process really varies, but most often I start with a concept of an interesting texture or some kind of mental picture of a specific organizational pattern of texture. Sometimes it does get first realized in sketches, but often I'll actually skip the stage and an idea develops more as a tactile experience, either playing in wax or more recently through CAD or computer-aided visualization. I often begin by building forms and then modifying forms and repeating them and adding parts and taking parts away. I'll typically organize them a bunch of different ways, and then I'll scale them, and then I'll take either phone photos or I'll take screenshots of different layouts, and then I'll sort of take them back apart and reorganize. My father is a mechanical engineer and he owns a machine shop, so he makes large functional metal objects for industrial purposes. As a young person, I was always artistic, but I was also academic. I happened into a metals class at the Fine Arts Center here in Greenville when I was in high school, and to be honest, I thought I wouldn't be interested in it. Metalwork seemed boring to me, probably because my only concept of it came from a machine shop or an engineering perspective. I fell into the material naturally despite that, and pretty immediately. Something about combining the materials and processes with an artistic perspective made sense to me in a way that other mediums had not yet. My work is not about magnificent, large impact things. It's really about teeny tiny things that most people don't even notice. For example, fungus growing on a log in an interesting pattern, or the organization of a cluster of sea sponges. My work reinterprets those objects in a wearable format. It's really nice to see how the pieces force people or force the wearer to inspect and discover them in a very tactile and personal way, in a very similar way to how I experienced the original inspiration.